And to come up with that, you mentioned that you study the behavior. Did you have like intense discussions with your prospective buyers, why they're looking to buy a home? How did you find these insights?
That's the other thing that we did, no? So while we were encountering buyers who were buying, we were really surprised. So we really have to talk to them, no? So
Mhm.
one of the reasons for their buying is it's a dream. As I mentioned, no? A lot of
Yes.
people would stop buying during crisis, but they won't stop dreaming, and that's true. We really found that as one of the number one answer. They have that dream to own a home for their family.
Mhm.
Second, let's face it, there are people who really save something for the home. Kaya
Yes.
even with the crisis, the money was intact and they knew
Yep.
the crisis will be over soon. So they were confident enough to make use of that money that they saved for a long time to really for this. So ngayon lang naging urgent. No? It became urgent because
Yeah.
they see the need for a home. The other thing is it became more comfortable for them to buy a home because everything is now digital. So they don't have to
Yes.
go out. They simply have to go to the social media platform and they can go and choose a home. The other thing
Mhm.
that they saw, I think, is they became more comfortable dealing with real estate salespeople because they knew during these critical times the best salespeople are the ones left servicing the buyers. No, the not so serious salespeople immediately drop from the scene. No, because it's crisis
Yes.
time. So it's really the
Yes.
people who are more serious about the business. So people are more comfortable to deal with real estate salespeople right now. So of
Yeah.
course, at a certain point during that time when the crisis started, there were more liberal financing schemes and
Mhm.
liberal terms so that
Mhm.
the buyers grab the
Yeah.
opportunity. That's why they decided to become much faster in the decision. So these are
Right.
basically the
Right.
things that we saw. Of course, yung need for safety and security, that was also a primary concern. That's why they decided to buy during that time. So it's a matter of really positioning ourselves, our product, for them to realize that they really need it at that point. Diba?
Yep.
That's basically the concern of business people naman. That's why the entrepreneurial part in the salespreneurship is very important. We are not just salesmen. We are business people who are thinking of how can we solve a problem? How can we improve a situation? How can we address the pain point of our customers? And we will be in good business. And during that time, the major pain point is they want to get secured and safe
Yep.
from this COVID. We offer them the right home for
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
family.
The best way to secure yourself is to own your home.
And
Wow.
it was a
So.
bonus because during that time, our objection is, oh, your project is in Cavite. I want something in the city near my work.
Mhm.
But today,
Mhm.
it's work from home. So you
Yes.
get an affordable price and you get to work at home.
Yep.
Di ba? So, kaya suddenly, nag-peak pa. Dati may objection. Ngayon wala na.
Yes. Now
Totally,
it was removed. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So, that explains why sales shoot up even during pandemic time.
Yep. Yep. And I think this also agrees with with your insight earlier. You mentioned that it's easier to get into project selling because, like in this case, the developer also had to pivot, right? Because sales were not coming in. They also had to adjust their payment terms to make it easier for the buyers, to do that. And if you're in general brokerage, you don't have that luxury, of your seller adjusting, giving liberal payment terms.
Yeah. One thing that really helped us,
Mhm.
2 months after, our developer introduced the online booking. Of
Mhm.
course, it was on a trial test, but definitely that helped because our concern is not to go on tripping. So our
Yes.
developer immediately launched on a test run the online booking. We continuously improve on it. Then
Mhm.
online payment was introduced, and we in the sales suggested all the virtual presentations They
Mhm.
simply prepare them for us. And it's not just about one virtual presentation, because our buyers are really meticulous, because remember, it's hard-earned money. So
Yes.
initially, we just did the usual virtual presentation about the unit.
Mhm.
Usually, di ba,
Yep.
what we can see among virtual presentation is about the unit,
Yes.
insides, the bedrooms, the facade. But for
Yes.
our buyers, it was not enough, because they were
Mhm.
concerned about, how about the subdivision? This is pandemic. How's the setup in the whole subdivision? So we have to do a virtual presentation about the whole subdivision, from the entrance to the common areas, to the commercial area, church, school, within the
Yes.
faces. We really have to do a drone type of a virtual presentation for them to
Wow.
have
Okay.
an actual view of the whole subdivision. We thought
Mhm.
that was complete during that time, but
Mhm.
suddenly a lot of people were asking, uh, how do we get there? We're not familiar with the location. So we're coming from this place. I remember during the face-to-face meeting, we have pick-up points, like we have SM, MOA, Makati. They get to see the landmark that they will pass through before going to
Yeah.
the place. So we just thought of doing a third virtual presentation. We shot a travel video.
Mhm.
There's one
Mhm.
from Alabang, there's one from Makati, there's one from Mall of Asia, documenting
Nice.
everything that
How
you
to get
pass
there?
through. Yeah,
Mhm.
so that means we completed the process. So from the meeting place and the travel time, the routes, the landmarks,
Yes.
then move around the subdivision, then before going to the specific units. And the specific units, we had two. We had the turnover unit, the exact unit that we'll give them when they move in. And we also have to do something just like what we do in actual tripping, the dress up model unit, so that they can have an
Yes.
idea how it will look like when it's dressed up. So
Right. Right.
basically, these are the three virtual presentations, so that we can simulate an actual tripping, so that they won't miss anything. That's why they can make a decision to choose a unit and pay online.
Amazing. Amazing. So you really what I really love about that is you really embodied what you mentioned earlier. No, being service oriented, right? You really listened, to your buyers and you adjusted, your processes to be able to still serve them, even in a difficult environment. So just kudos to you, sir, for doing that and for showing the way. And uh, that's really just to highlight your point, right? That for those who are beginning, it's a real advantage to be part of a team. Because if you're doing this alone, you have to worry all of that. It's going to take you a lot of resources, right? But if you're a part of a successful team, like Green Circle Realty, then you can really just focus on getting people to the virtual presentations. So the stress level, is lesser, if I may say so.